what's up, killers? It is your final girl Mel, and this is my killer podcast. And today we have another one for the hit list. We are going to be talking about my top 10 favorite horror movies of 2021. I know it seems like this video is a wee bit late, but I just want to get it out there. I wanted to wait until after my Sledgehammer Horror live stream, which I will share that link below if you want to check me out on his channel for his live stream for our top 10 favorite horrors of 2021. Please hit that link in the description and go check it out. It was a damn good time and he's a damn good friend. So I'm just gonna run through these really quickly. I'm not gonna have the physical release, but I will pop the image up here for you guys to check it out. And we are gonna start with my honorable mentions, which are Black Friday and Censor. So you guys know how much I loved Black Friday because Bruce Campbell is the man. I also wanted to include Censor because I'm still on the fence about that one. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about it. I don't know that I absolutely loved it. Almost positive that I didn't hate it, but it was interesting enough to make my top 10 honorable mentions. So take that what you will. Moving on to number 10 is Werewolves Within. This movie was just a damn good time. It was hilarious and funny and everything that I want out of a horror movie. If you guys know me, you know that this kind of movie is my jam. And coming in at number 9 is Willy's Wonderland. So Willy's Wonderland is on this list for the exact same reasons as Werewolves Within. It is a horror comedy involving animatronics. It hits a little nostalgia with me because I am from a place where Chuck E. Cheese existed at one point and still kind of does, I think, with the horrifying animatronics at that place. If you know, you know, but this film also has Nicolas Cage in it, who I believe did an amazing job in his performance, even though it is completely silent, which I found to be an endearing thing about the film. A lot of people didn't like that about this film, but I enjoyed it. Next up on the list is the Fear Street Trilogy. Yes, I clumped all the movies together into one because I believe in my heart that it was truly meant to be one giant movie that they broke down into 3 to showcase them to the world, and it worked. It was fantastic. It was fun watching each one of these individually as they came out, and I loved them. You guys know that I do collect R.L. Stine's Fear Street book series, so these movies had a lot of nostalgia for me, and I liked them. They were just damn good, cheesy fun. Coming in at number 7 on the list is Antlers. This movie was a surprise for me. I wasn't sure I was gonna like it. It just didn't seem like it was my ham jam, so I opted to stream it first to see what I thought about it, and I did end up liking it enough to buy the physical media release. It was scary, and it was a little reminiscent of Dr. Sleep, so if you know, you know, and if you don't, go check it out and squirm a little. All right, coming in at number 6 is The Stylist. I bought the Arrow physical release of this film and I watched it and it was amazing. It's about a woman who's trudging through life alone and she has some quirks about her that are a little weird. I mean, honestly, in my heart, I feel like it's about dealing with mental illness because it kind of seems like that's what she's got. I mean, if you're gonna wear somebody else's hairpiece as a hairpiece, if you know what I mean, there is some kind of thing going on there. But this movie had some great gore in it. It had a good story. It drug on a little bit in moments, but if you really immerse yourself in the film, then you get the full atmospheric experience, and it was good. I absolutely loved this one. Coming in at number 5 on the list is A Quiet Place 2. This one surprised me as well because I didn't actually really enjoy A Quiet Place 1. I mean, it was all right. It was an entertaining watch. Will I ever watch it again? Probably not. But A Quiet Place 2, I will be watching again. I bought the physical release of it. I thought that beginning scene was super awesome. I want that beginning scene in a movie in its entirety. I want to see everything that happened at the start of this whole thing. And then from that point on, all the way up until the end, it was just thrilling on your seat craziness. And it actually had me on the verge of tears pretty much through the whole movie. And I'm not even sure why. So for a movie to have that kind of effect on me was pretty strong. And I highly recommend checking this one out if you saw the first one. If you didn't see the first one, I highly recommend checking them both out because this one takes place right after the first one ends. So you kind of need to see the first one to check this one out. So go do it. All right, guys, moving right along. I know this is going kind of fast, but I wasn't anticipating this being a very long video since I already did this on Sledgehammer Horror's channel. Link in description, go check it out. But coming in at number 4 is Jacob's Wife. This film was hella fun. I went into it with no expectations whatsoever, and I came out of it with a favorite movie for life. Barbara Crampton was amazing in this film. It was such a surprise to me. I loved the relationship between the husband and the wife. I loved where this story began and ended. It's a great flick. It's entertaining. It's funny at times. It's heartwarming at times. And it's also gory as shit. So I highly recommend checking this one out. And it comes in at number 4. Taking the number 3 slot on this list is The Night House. So I'm not going to lie, the top 3 films on this list were hard. They were hard for me because they're all pretty much interchangeable. I loved all 3 of these movies almost the same. But I did put The Night House at number 3. This movie was just an amazing watch. This movie was just super interesting. I went into it not knowing anything about it, and when you fully immerse yourself into it, you figure out it's about a woman who's dealing with the grief of the loss of her husband. She goes home to try and deal with that, and she starts finding things about her husband that she didn't know, about how and why he died and what happened prior to. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought I had this movie pegged in the first half. I was like, this is how this movie is gonna end. I don't like it. If this is how this movie wraps up, it's not going to be a favorite. I'm not probably ever going to watch it again, but it takes a turn towards the end that I did not guess whatsoever, and I ended up absolutely loving that choice that they made for this movie. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I highly recommend it. All right, the countdown continues for number 2, and that is Psycho Gorman. It was so hard for me to not give this film the number 1 slot. This movie is super cheesy B horror fun. That's my jam. It's a comedy horror. It's about an alien that's stuck on Earth, and 2 kids find him, release him, but they are able to control him, and antics just ensue from there. It's fucking hilarious. It's colorful. It's gory. It's Power Ranger-y somehow. It's just, everything about this film is fucking awesome from beginning to end. This film is totally up my alley, and I absolutely love it, and I don't just highly recommend you guys checking it out. You guys definitely need to check it out. All right, and now we've reached to the top of the list. The number 1 pick for my most favorite horror movie of 2021, and that is Malignant. This movie was batshit crazy, and I loved every single minute of it. But this movie is going through a weird transition right now. When it first dropped and everybody saw it for the first time, I heard nothing but great things about this film. I heard it was crazy, insane, almost Matrix-style-y, and I'm not gonna lie, I was getting a little worried that this movie was getting overhyped for me. Actually, I wasn't just worried about it, I knew for sure this movie was getting overhyped, and I knew I wasn't gonna like it whatsoever. But I watched it anyway, and I was surprised as hell to find that I loved it just as much as everybody else, and I believed all the hype, and I too then turned around and was hyping it up to other people. So this movie is everything that you want it to be. You want it to be horrifying, gory, atmospheric, and a little action-packed, you know? So an absolute must-see from 2021. Unfortunately now, all I'm hearing about Malignant is how people didn't like it, and they were confused and didn't really know what happened at the end. That's unfortunate because the movie is absolutely wonderful, and it was directed by James Wan, and it is truly a masterpiece of his. So take all the reviews as to what you will, but I just recommend watching it and formulating your own opinion about it. That's all. All right, guys, that's it. That is my top 10 favorite horror movies of 2021. I hope you guys appreciated this video. I just wanted to drop it here, straight list, 10 to 1 for you guys, so you could check it out. But please do jog on over to Sledgehammer Horror's channel and check out our live view as we all talked about our top 10 favorite horror movies of 2021. It was a hell of a good time, and I really enjoyed being there and talking to those guys, and I am super happy to now be able to call them my friends. So check out that link in the description below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today, guys. If you would like to help support me and my channel, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and kill that bell for your girls. Share me with your friends. If you would like to go above and beyond, y'all on over to my Patreon and check out what we got going on over there. You can help keep my dream alive and yourselves entertained and the lights on in the building. But until the next time we gather, have a killer day. Peace.